Hey guys, it's Leah. I'm here. I wanted to give you guys another update for my contest prep. I am down probably 2 to 3 pounds since my last video. We are 8.5 weeks out, and I'm feeling good. So those of you who know me have probably never ever seen me wear glasses before, and that's because I don't wear glasses. These are blue light blocking glasses, and I started wearing these. I know the glare is horrible, so I'm going to take them off. But I started wearing these at nighttime to block the blue light that comes off of TV and computers and your phone. And what it can do is just mess up your circadian rhythm and affect your sleeping, falling asleep and staying asleep. And so I just wanted to give them a try. They're pretty cheap, 15 bucks maybe on Amazon. So I am trying those and I'm sleeping really well. And I can't say that it is all due to the glasses, but it seems to be helping a little bit. So I've been falling asleep and sleeping pretty well and consistently at night. So speaking of sleep, it is so crucial, so important to make sure you're getting enough sleep and enough good quality sleep, especially in this phase, going through contest prep and putting your body through everything that I'm putting it through. So sleep, water, rest, and massage and chiropractic are some of the things that I do to help myself make sure that I'm recovering. I do stretch a little bit. I really don't stretch that much, but I stretch during my workouts. And I teach a lot of classes, so I end up stretching a lot with the classes. So I do get some stretching in. So some of the things, creating a sleep ritual can help. Your body is kind of being broken down when you're working out. You're breaking down your muscle fibers. So when you sleep and you eat, that's when your body recovers. So that's a big reason why sleep is so important, and that's going to help facilitate fat loss and having the energy to perform the next day and do all the cardio and the workouts and everything. So sleepy time tea has become a regular nighttime thing. Dan and I are going to bed like before 9 o'clock because we're waking up super early. So we're trying to, it's become more of a ritual and more of a routine at nighttime. And it's working, it's helping, and it definitely makes it easier to wake up at 4, 5, 6 o'clock when you've gotten good sleep. So that water, I have been consistently drinking 1 gallon of water a day, and it's not really, 1 gallon is not like the end-all be-all magical water number, but it's kind of just an easy target for me. So I literally have 1 gallon jug, and I refill my water bottle from that, or I'll drink straight out of the jug. But I have it with me, and I start at the beginning of the day with that jug full, and it just keeps me accountable to drinking all of that water. Because at the end of the night, you kind of feel like, oh, okay, I've had, a couple water bottles full, and then you realize there's still like 1/4 of the gallon left. It's easy to let it kind of slide later on in the day. So I've been doing that consistently, and I get a massage once a month, and I do that kind of all year round. That is just going to help keep me relaxed. It keeps my muscles working properly. It keeps things kind of worked out. I'm constantly getting knots and little things here and there, and it's helpful to prevent injuries. So especially when you're in calorically deprived state, your more at risk for hurting yourself. So, and then the leaner you get, the less body fat you have, even more so. So I try to make sure that I get that massage. Plus, I just love it. So that's something, it's a good example of a choice that I make. I spend my money on that because I know it's good for me and it feels good and it's relaxing and, you know, it's an easy thing to kind of say, oh, I can't afford it. It's however much, $100. And it's just one of those things that, you know, I make that a priority because it does a lot for me. Chiropractic is the same thing. I have been getting tweaks in my neck a lot for the last few years, and they're just little things, and I have an amazing chiropractor, and I see her now every 4 to 6 weeks. We're kind of doing more of a maintenance plan. And when you're lifting heavy weights and you're putting your body through a ton of activity and stress, you know, things are bound to happen. So little muscle pulls or, you know, the neck thing, I think for me, a lot of it ended up being my pillow that I was sleeping on. So I changed my pillow to a smaller one, and it seemed to make a really big difference. So that was helpful. And then she just helps to, again, like keep my body working at its best. So, you know, I just see it as like I'm an athlete and I need to do these things to help keep my body working and functioning to the best it can to keep me healthy and performing at my best so I can, you know, push myself and do what I love to do. So those are kind of my big recovery strategies. And then resting is kind of just making sure you're getting that balance day to day, having some downtime, not only physically, but also mentally, and just allowing yourself to relax and taking a bath or just, you know, watching TV or reading, whatever it is, just hanging out. Taking my dog for a walk is I see that as almost like a meditation type thing. Just because you're getting outside, you're getting fresh air, and you're walking, and I feel like it just allows me to kind of let my thoughts do their thing, and so I always feel good after that. It's been a little bit challenging with the weather recently, but I try to get that in as much as I can. So the biggest, I was going to talk about staying motivated. There's so many different ways to keep yourself motivated. There's, you know, external motivators, and then there's internal motivators. And without the internal motivators, I think it's hard to just rely on external motivators. So if you're looking at pictures of what you're trying to achieve, or you know, the stage pictures from, you know, the different shows that I've done in the past, you know, those are only going to last you for so long. So it really has to be something internal that is driving you. And for me, the biggest thing this prep is, I think it's just my mindset. I'm in a really good place mentally going into this, and it's really just set me up to like just get it done. You know, I'm not stressing about any obstacles that I may hit down the road, which is helpful, and I'm just kind of focusing on one day at a time, doing what I have to do, putting the work in, and I'm trying to just enjoy the process. And you know, it's an easy thing to say, you know, enjoy the process, because competing, when you get on stage, that's one day, and yes, that's when you showcase your physique and all the hard work, but for 4 or more months before leading up to that, that's, you know, a huge chunk of a year. that's when all the work is done. And if you're miserable that whole time, then is it really worth it? So I'm trying to, training is what I love, and this is why most people get into the sport, because they love to train. So I try to just, stay focused and stay in tune with my body. And as I'm working out, I just try to, remember why I do it. So I train hard, and there's always days that, I'm a little less motivated than others, and I'm like, I don't really want to do this right now. But as soon as I get warmed up and I get started, it always works itself out. And of course, I'm happy after it's over. So focusing one day at a time is just a big thing, trying not to overthink things. I definitely tend to do that. The scale I wanted to touch on. Yes, the scale is moving for me, and I think I am ahead of where I have ever been in the past at this far out. So mentally, that's allowing me to just kind of trust, that the process is working, and it's taking a whole level of stress away, because I've always kind of felt behind in past contest preps. So it's very relieving. Like, okay, I was looking back at some pictures, and I try not to compare myself too much, but I was doing it more objectively to kind of just see where I am now, because I feel like I'm pretty lean, and we still have 8 weeks to go, which is really exciting. And so I was trying to look back and compare to my last competition in 2016, roughly, what kind of shape I'm in now compared to where in that process I was for that show. And I think I'm pretty close to like a few weeks out from that last show. My weight, however, is, I don't know how much I weighed exactly during that show, but I'm probably at least 5 pounds or more, 7 pounds over where I was then. So my weight is not on point with that, but it really doesn't matter, because all that matters is what I look like. And when I get on stage, nobody knows my weight. So using the weight during this process is one tool, and it's just one tool to make sure that we are progressing and my body is moving in the right direction, along with the progress pictures. I have no idea what I'm going to weigh on stage. I rarely have a scale available to me the day of a show anyways to know. But I have a rough idea based on my past competitions, but it's also 3 years later, and if I am carrying more muscle holds glycogen, which is stored carbohydrates, and carbohydrates hold water. So those are the big reasons why, if you've ever noticed big fluctuations in your weight, that's why. It's usually water weight. If you reduce your carbs dramatically, you're gonna drop a few pounds quickly because you're eliminating those carbohydrates, and then you're eliminating the water that those carbs hold. So again, it's hard to say exactly what I'm gonna weigh on stage, and so I don't know how far away from my target that I am right now, but based on how I look and how I feel, I think I'm on track to definitely bring my best showing ever this year. And I've been working on my posing differently. I had a little mishap with my shoe that I've been using for the last, 11 years. I probably got those shoes in 2008. So anyways, it broke on me while I was practicing my posing. So I just got some new shoes, and they're good. So anyways, that's my update for today, for this week. As we go, I am expecting to start to experience some low energy at some point. I'm not really there yet. I'm still feeling pretty good. A little bit in the afternoons, I can start to feel like my body starts to feel a little tired, and that's totally normal. I'm doing a lot, and you know, my calories are somewhat low, so it's only natural as your body fat gets lower and all of those things combined, you start to feel a little low energy. So I'm trying not to sit too much, and trying not to like be lazy, and just, you know, still keep moving, because what happens when your body gets to the point where it's not getting enough food, and the calorie output is big, it wants you to, you know, it wants to reserve your body fat, and you know, it goes into survival mode. So it adjusts your hormones that make you want to stop moving. And there's something called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and this is like the activity that you do on a daily basis that is you know, not intentional exercise. So you're just moving around, you're doing house chores, you're fidgeting, you know, this kind of stuff. You're just moving. So I'm just trying to be aware of that. And again, you know, I'm still allowing myself to sit and relax and rest. But, you know, when those kind of low energy days hit me, and I have time on the weekends, usually it's, you know, easy for me to just like sit on the couch for hours on end. So I'm trying to be aware of that, because it does actually make up a significant amount of your calorie burn, and it can make a difference. So I'm trying to just keep myself moving, and then I just don't get, you know, too tired. And so anyways, I'm, you know, being aware of that and just trying to keep that balance. So, I hope you guys enjoyed my update. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, and keep following my journey. We've got 8.5 weeks to go, so I'm really excited to see what's to come. We still got a lot of hard work ahead, and you know, I know it's gonna go fast the next couple months, but I'm going to enjoy the process and keep doing what I gotta do. So I'll see you guys all next time. Thanks so much.